What's going on, guys? Welcome in. Beers Daily Fantasy Six-Pack Monday edition, talking NBA hoops here. Hope everybody had a great weekend and a nice slate of games for us here on a Monday. The NBA has done us a fantastic job with the scheduling here. Another great playable slate here on a Monday, and we got a lot to break down. We got studs, we got injuries, we got values. So let's get to it. 6 of my favorite plays over there on FanDuel.com. Let's start with some value. You guys are always looking for value at the small forward position. Minimum price value, Glenn Robinson III, just $3,500. Now, Robinson showed he's definitely a guy you want to get in your lineup here. 45 minutes in that last game, and we have the same scenario here again tonight. No Paul George, no CJ Miles. So, going to play big minutes once again. Was productive in those minutes. Gave you over 30 fantasy points at $3,500. I don't see how you don't have this guy in your lineup. Now, do we expect 30 again? No, but if he gets me in the mid-20s, that's fine. If you expect him to be very highly owned in your tournaments, always a case to fade, but I think you got to plug this guy in your lineup. It's Golden State. It's going to be up and down game, fast-paced game. And again, he's shown with opportunity he can play in this league. We know his dad, one of my favorites, so I had to throw that in there. Was one of the best. But Glenn Robinson III, $3,500. Again, cash game lock, get him in there. Tournaments, I'm still rolling him out there. Open up some salary. Great matchup here against Golden State. All right, let's go down low. Let's spend some of that money on center. Karl Anthony Towns, $8,000. Now, a lot of people look at the box scores, they're going to look at the last game, and they're going to write off Karl Anthony Towns, and I think that's a mistake. I like to look at the long range, and you look at before that, the guy was about as consistent as you can get. 35 or more fantasy points in 8 straight games, double-doubles in about 4 of the last 6 games. So we know he can score, we know he's going to get the rebounds, and Boston just not good defensively down low, whether it's Al Horford or not. Horford's never been a good defender, and some of the guys they have behind him aren't very good defenders. So Towns should be able to use his size, his athleticism to pretty much do whatever he wants down low here. $8,000, the price has really come down on him, and this could be another game. Fast-paced, up-and-down game. That suits him very well. So take advantage of the matchup. Take advantage of the little savings you get. Karl Anthony Towns, nice center play for you at just $8,000. All right, let's go to shooting guard position in the mid-range at Dion Waiters, $5,000. So here's your narrative street alert. Dion Waiters from the Philadelphia area has tons of friends and family coming to the game. So if you believe in that or not, I do, and I think it's a big deal. So Dion Waiters, $5,000, nice price. You get the narrative. You get the good production of late. We know he's a very much up and down option. But over the last couple of games, production been very good. 33, 37, had an 18 in there. We'll throw that one out. But even at San Antonio, almost 40 fantasy points. So this guy we know is not shy. He's going to shoot the ball, especially with all the friends and family in the seats there. Been exceeding value on this salary pretty much each and every night and gives you that great 8x GPP ceiling that we look for. Take a stroll down narrative street, little Dion Waiters for you at just $5,000. All right, to the point guard position, we're going to go with Jeff Teague of the Pacers, $6,600. So we started with Robinson. We're going to get a little Teague as well. Somebody's got to score the ball here. Robinson's going to do a little bit, but Teague is going to be the guy that has to do the majority of the heavy lifting on offense, and he gets the best guy to target in this game. Steph Curry, you know by now, not a good defender, a guy that I love to target against, and Teague showed in that last game. Again, are we expecting 60 fantasy points out of him? No, but it shows that he has the ceiling to get it done. So against Golden State, Curry's definitely the guy that you want to attack. And yes, he had that huge game, but been very consistent has been Teague. 34 more fantasy points in 4 straight now. So we know he can score the ball. 20 or more points scored in 4 of the last 5 games. We know the assists are going to be there. 7 or more assists in each of the last 3 games. Always good for a handful of rebounds. So one of those guys I love that does a little bit of everything for you. The injuries are going to open up more offensive opportunities, and the price is right at $6,600. All right, to the small forward position, going to stay in that $6,000 range. Otto Porter, $6,200. Now here's a guy I've been up, been down, so generally a guy that I like to use in tournaments. I'm looking for a little bit more consistency in my cash games, but the upside in tournaments is certainly there. So it's risky, but the rewards are, this is a guy that had 68 fantasy points in a game. Had a 42 recently, a 40 against Houston, 36 against New York. Yes, and then you mix in, some 16s, some 23s. That's the frustrating part in cash games. But tournaments, I'm aiming for that upside. He certainly gives you that. Let's look at the matchup. Phoenix, been very, very bad against small forwards. 29th, according to fantasy points allowed per game to the small forward position. And Porter has been consistent in the rebounding department. We'll give him that. It's 3 double-digit rebound games over the last 8. pretty much a given to give you 7 or 8 rebounds each and every night. It's the scoring that really fluctuates. So Bradley Beal is back. That may concern some people here. We saw it last game, only 6 points for Otto Porter, but that's a good Miami defense. This is not a good Phoenix defense. So jump back on the Otto Porter bandwagon. I think he has a nice night for you here tonight at 6,200. All right, Beast time. Let's get to it. Let's look at tonight's Beast of the night. All right, Beast time, and there's no high-end studs outside of James Harden that we want to really pay up for, but we're going to go down to the power forward position. We're going to spend up on Blake Griffin, 9,100, tonight's Beast of the night. So again, plenty of value here. You can probably fit 2 to 3 studs in your lineup tonight if you mix in some of these value players, and Blake Griffin's definitely one of those guys that I want to mix in. A lot of people look to go cheap at power forward. There's some decent options, but especially my cash games, I really want to lock this consistency in. I mean, this guy's been about as consistent as you can get. Couldn't always say that for him over his career, but over the last 6 or 7 games, 48, 50, 45, 39, 39, 38, 51, 37, 40 fantasy points. Exactly where you want him, in the low to mid 40s, upside to get you into the 50s. Again, cash games, yes. Toronto, people are going to look at that matchup. They're going to be concerned. Toronto hasn't been great against power forwards. I think Blake can use his size and athleticism down there to dominate once again here tonight. Hard for me not to see him getting you at least 40 fantasy points. I think he goes over 50 here tonight. Great matchup. Easy to fit him in here tonight. Blake Griffin, my favorite play on the board in tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it for Monday. Any questions, you know what to do. Comment section. You can reach out and follow me on Twitter at BeerMakersFan. And if you enjoy the 6-pack, whether you agree or disagree with the picks, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up on that YouTube page. I really appreciate it, guys, and appreciate you guys stopping by the Fantasy Bar. For rotogrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut. Best of luck tonight, guys. Take tomorrow off. We'll be back with more NBA on Wednesday. Good luck, guys.